G'day folks, welcome to another PTP fishing and a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I did a salty sessions version of the lures from the Australian Lure Expo, and as you can imagine, the Australian Lure Expo, the lures are most probably more targeted towards our Australian freshwater species than they are saltwater species. Obviously, as you saw, there was plenty of options and things to play with, but the freshwater gear was certainly most probably more in line with what the expo was all about. So I'm at Lake Kurwongbah today. I've got a bunch of lures that I picked up at the Lure Expo. Some of them are a little out of the ordinary, some of them are just options that I've been looking for to replace lures or look at other options. So it's not often I start a video with a fish in hand already, but not a big fish. That's on a little atomic vibe, and as I've been saying to you in a few of these videos, it looks like the Rapala V blades are going to be discontinued. So I'm just seeing what other options are out there, and been flicking around in this little corner where I'm sitting and caught this guy here. So that's a good start. I hope to catch bigger fish than this, and as we go I'll show you a few more of these lures because there's some really cool stuff, but it's a nice way to start. Hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to another PTP fishing. There it is, 27 centimeters to start the day. See ya. So before I forget, I better show you that lure. So that's an Atomic Hards 60 mil. I did get a 50 mil as well, and the 50 mil looks really small compared to the V blade, but this guy here, as much as it's 60 mil, it's a small profile 60 mil. So interesting color. I think it's called blood red. Lots and lots of really good natural colors, but I chose that one this morning and it's taken about 5 minutes and I've caught a fish. So there you go, Atomic Hards 60 mil blood red color. Nice way to start the video. Always nice to catch a fish when you've parked your car just over there. There's number 2. God, wrap me in the weeds straight away. Oh, there he goes out. It's funny, I had a spinnerbait on to begin with, and I got whacked and whacked and whacked. I thought to myself, I don't think they're very big fish, which they're not. Only slightly better than the last one. Ooh. So I just went to the lipless, just because it's a slightly smaller profile, slightly smaller hook. I think I've caught my first legal bass. So there's fish number 2, first legal fish for the day. 32 centimeters, thanks for coming. Oh, see ya. So as I mentioned in my last video from Kurwongbah, there is a lot of weed that you're fishing in and around. And I guess this morning what I'm thinking, or what I learnt last time, is I think I really need to be fishing over the top of the weed. Obviously not through over the top of the thick stuff, but certainly try and be where it thins out a bit. But I think trying to find a distinct edge is going to be quite difficult, or at least it was last time. There's another fish. So what I'm trying to do today is just fish this lure over the top of the weed, and you'll see that'll be the thing, because as you can see, like, that fish has got me in the weed. So it's just going to be a matter of, yeah, just finding that slightly zones that are slightly less weedy, and then rolling these lures over, in and around it. Come up, fish, please, thank you. And that should be the result. Another definitely legal fish. I have to show you that fish. Yeah, and I'd say that'd be just legal fish, most probably that 31, 32 again. On that blood red Atomic Hards Vibe 60. there's a fish. Oh, right on the end of that weed. Oh, wow. So I moved from those fish at the launch point just purely for the fact that they were pretty small. I have no idea how big this is either, but I'm assuming bigger than those, but maybe not. And what I've done is swapped to a spinnerbait, which is what I started with, but just wanted to get the ball rolling. And there we go, there's the first fish on the spinnerbait. I'd say that's fish of the day. Only just, but definitely fish of the day. So there we are. Again, fish of the day so far, but it's more about that spinnerbait there. So I'm not changing from Obsession spinnerbaits, but Steve Vidler, who you saw me fishing with at Jacob's Well, he has his own range of spinnerbaits and assorted odds and ends called Vid Lures, and that's one of his spinnerbaits. He's got a really good range of colours. He really makes an effort of matching the skirt and the head really well. Yeah, and that's the result. Sort of that was maybe 4th or 5th cast in this little area here, right on the edge of that weed again. So it's been a good little start, and I'll show you this lure properly in a second. There it is, 34 centimetres, so they are getting bigger. Very quickly show you this lure. So as a bit like the Obsessions, I've sort of grown to love these single spin spinnerbaits. So there the one is that I got the fish on. That's what they look like on the card. So Vid Lures, like I said, he does a really cool sort of skirt, matching skirt with head range. I think he does everything from about 1/4 up to about 1 ounce. So yeah, saw him there, thought I'd support him, and they catch fish, which I would have expected anyway, because Steve's very astute. A lot of attention to detail, and I guess that's the beauty of the Lure Expo. All of those guys, the reason they're making lures is because of that exact reason. They want to go and catch fish on things, and they want to make sure you catch fish on them as well. But anyway, a Vid Lures spinnerbait. Alright, let's see if there's a few more here. Haven't caught a fish from this area in a very long time. Very long time. There we go. Took a while. Yeah. This is definitely a bigger fish. He's towing the kayak. Tell you what, oh, here we go. Wow. So there's a ton of activity on the water this morning. Rowers and everybody else. This feels like a good fish. Oh, Billy. Oh, yeah. Here we go. That's what we're after. There we are, folks. Big fish. So I got a bite at the start of this area, or this bay, and then it's gone really, really quiet until that guy. That's a cracker. I'd say that's a 40, and I always say at Kurwongbah a 40 centimetre fish is a good fish these days. Absolute ripper. There's that Vid Lures spinnerbait in its gob. Yeah, lovely, lovely fish. That was worth waiting for when you get a bite like that. Very, very, very happy. What a cracker, 43 centimetres. It's definitely worth getting up this morning for. We'll let him go. Oh, he wanted to go. See ya. Absolutely stoked with that fish. Absolutely stoked. It's always nice to get a big bite when you're on the water. Every waterway, I guess a big bite is different in every waterway, but certainly Kurwongbah, anything over 40, I'll take it every day of the week. Let's see how this one swims. There's fish. So I've tried all sorts of things up until this fish, and he's just buried me straight in this weed. Oh my goodness, there he comes. I have no idea how big this fish is. Can't be too bad. Oh no, it's just... There we go, little fish, lots of weed. Yeah, so I've tried all sorts of stuff. Sort of gone in close and fished surface lure. Tried vibing the a few schools that I found. No joy, so back to the lipless crankbait. Pretty much a fish second cast. There it is, 31 centimetres. Thanks for coming, mate. See ya. There we go. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. They're just in amongst all these little weed towers. Last video I was complaining about the weed. Today, weed is my friend. Come here, little fella. Thank you. Yep. That's a little one, that one. That's a little guy. Come on. In and out quickly. We're here for bigger fish than you. Come on. Come on, in you come. Thank you. Ooh, holy dooly. I was definitely slumbering just then. What a bite that was. I was just thinking that bites have dropped away a little bit. Oh, this feels like a better fish. He's got me in that weed. Come on, come out of the weed, please. Come on, up you come. Oh. Come out of that weed. Oh, wow, this is big fish, folks. Oh, look at that guy. Come out of that weed. No, come around this side. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's a nice fish. Wow. Hey, your beauty. So the bites dropped away a little bit. Went a little bit quiet. I was starting to daydream. And then that came along. And that lure in there is a Nike Keishin blade. It's got a little Nike soft plastic trailer in it, but be close to 40. Might be just under, but that could be my second big fish for the day. Cracking bite though, wasn't it? Here I was thinking, just legal. 44 centimetres. Another thumper for Kurwongbah. Very, very happy with that, and I'd only put that lure on maybe 10 minutes beforehand because the bite stopped on the lipless crankbait. Anyway, 44 centimetres, lovely Kurwongbah bass. See you later. So, while the fishing is a little slower, mind you, that fish was an absolute cracker. May as well show you through a few more of these lures, and certainly that's that Noiki Cation blade. So it's a little mini chatterbait. That blade, wobble, 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 wobble. Lots of vibration, but because the hook points up, works really well in these weedy sort of areas. And you know, as I said earlier, weed is definitely your friend as much as it's also a very frustrating aspect of fishing here at Kurwongbah. What I want to do is show you a couple of the other lures that most probably I won't get to use today. I have given them a little bit of a swim. But yeah, conditions with the weed and all of those things have just made it very, very difficult. But Jollop lures is always a favourite at the Lure Expo for me. And it's because of things like that. A little mini mouse, it's sort of a little surface wake bait. You've then got a little shrimp as well. You know, and again, the attention to detail, the finish on these lures, just absolutely fantastic. You know, and it's no wonder the Jollop stand was very, very busy the whole time I was at the expo. A couple of those. In the salty sessions one, I mentioned 7 and 6 lures. Little vibes, it's a little sort of shrimp slash prawny vibe with the little tiny hooks on there. Again, great for sort of that hopping and vibing if you're directly above fish or you're sitting on top of school fish. But what I found this morning is they just grab the weed way too much, so most probably won't be fishing that anymore. But there was a lot of good things. The Lure Expo is well worth going to. Book it in your calendar for next year. I know I'll be there. Time to go back to fishing. So I've just found something very, very cool. Can't cast very far in here because there's just weed towers all over the place. There seems to be quite a few bass in amongst the weed towers in here. See if I can find one for you on camera. So it's just a little short cast. Of course, what happens as soon as I put the camera on, don't catch a fish. I just caught 2 in here. You would not believe it. As soon as I turn the camera off, get out of that weed, please. Come on, out of the weed. Oh no. Don't want to break my fishing rod. Out you come. Come on. Wowee. Here he comes. Look at him going for the weed. Nice fish. That's right in there, that one. I think the Noiki Cation blade works. There we go. Knew there had to be more fish along this area. I was getting bumps and rattles. Sometimes you wonder whether it's just you're tapping the top of the weed, but you're not. It's just these guys. Oh wow. Come on, my little friend. Thank you. Oh, and give me a shower for my trouble. There it is, not as big as the last one, but a very welcome fish. As I said, the fishing or the bites aren't thick and fast, but there's enough along these edges and above this and in amongst this weed to make this well and truly worthwhile. And that's going to be it for this PTP fishing. The freshwater fields version of the lures from the Lure Expo, I think that's done and dusted. You know, when you consider, I think I've caught fish on 4 or 5 different lures, no, 4 lures. Not a bad little session this morning. I most probably keep fishing, try and throw a few more tags and some fish, but yeah, get to the Lure Expo, check out some of these lures out there. You know, the Nike ones are available through Your Outdoor Experience or Charlton's Tackle, or Tackle World Lawton has them as well. That's where I saw these the other day when I went and saw Ryan. Yeah, just get out there. Kurwongbah, the fishing should only get better. These fish will continue to move to the edges, and there's certainly enough big ones about to make it worthwhile. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget, like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and I'll catch you next time from PTP Fishing. See ya. Great way to finish the video. Just under 33 centimeters. See ya. See ya.